Well done is better than well said. Fear not death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, in water there is bacteria. A penny saved is a penny earned. Instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. How many observe Christ's birthday? How few his precepts? We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. You may delay, but time will not. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I learn. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. I didn't fail the test, I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. He that can have patience can have what he will. Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. Who is wise? He that learns from everyone. Who is powerful? He that governs his passions. Who is rich? He that is content. Who is that? Nobody. All highly competent people continually search for ways to keep learning, growing, and improving. Experience keeps a dear school, but fools will learn in no other, and scarce in that. Be studious in your profession, and you will be learned. Be industrious and frugal, and you will be rich. Be sober and temperate, and you will be healthy. Be in general virtuous, and you will be happy. At least you will, by such conduct, stand the best chance for such consequences. Educate your children to self-control, to the habit of holding passion and prejudice and evil tendencies subject to an upright and reasoning will. And you have done much to abolish misery from their future and crimes from society. The only thing that is more expensive than education is ignorance. Genius without education is like silver in the mine. All the little money that ever came into my hands was ever laid out in books. The person who deserves most pity is a lonesome one on a rainy day who doesn't know how to read. Reading makes a full man, meditation a profound man, discourse a clear man. Reading was the only amusement I allowed myself. Write to please yourself. When you write to please others, you end up pleasing no one. Write your injuries in dust, your benefits in marble. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. Words may show a man's wit, actions his meaning. A good example is the best sermon. Critics are our friends. They show us our faults. He that speaks much is much mistaken. Thinking aloud is a habit which is responsible for most of mankind's misery. Genius is nothing but a greater aptitude for patience. A learned blockhead is a greater blockhead than an ignorant one. That which hurts also instructs. To follow by faith alone is to follow blindly. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. Games lubricate the body and mind. Wise men don't need advice. Fools won't take it. There are no fools so troublesome as those that have wit. Look round the habitable world. How few know their own good, or knowing it, pursue. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. Without freedom of thought, there can be no such thing as wisdom, and no such thing as public liberty without freedom of speech. Fart for freedom, fart for liberty, and fart proudly. Only virtuous people are capable of freedom. As nations become corrupt and vicious, they have more need of masters. Security without liberty is called prison. Democracy is two wolves and a lamb voting on what they are going to have for lunch. Liberty is a well-armed lamb contesting the vote. The most secure place is a prison cell, but there is no liberty. God grants that not only the love of liberty, but a thorough knowledge of the rights of man may pervade all the nations of the earth, so that anybody may set his foot anywhere on its surface and say, "This is my country." An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. The Constitution only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. There was never a bad peace or a good war. But in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. In the affairs of this world, men are saved not by faith, but by lack of it. The best thing to give your enemy is forgiveness, to an opponent, tolerance, to a friend, your heart, to your child, a good example, to a father, deference, to your mother, conduct that will make her proud of you, to yourself, respect, to all others, charity. To be humble to superiors is a duty, to equals, courtesy, to inferiors, nobleness. Slavery is such an atrocious debasement of human nature that its very extirpation, if not performed with solicitous care, may sometimes open a source of serious evils. The unhappy man who has been treated as a brute animal too frequently sinks beneath the common standard of the human species. He that lies down with dogs shall rise up with fleas. Many a man thinks he is buying pleasure when he is really selling himself to it. Anger is never without a reason, but seldom with a good one. Make yourself sheep, and the wolves will eat you. He that would live in peace and at ease must not speak all he knows, nor judge all he sees. There are no gains without pains. All human situations have their inconveniences. We feel those of the present, but neither see nor feel those of the future, and hence we often make troublesome changes without amendment, and frequently for the worse. When the people find that they can vote themselves money, that will herald the end of the Republic. For the best return on your money, pour your purse into your head. There are 3 faithful friends, an old wife, an old dog, and ready money. He that is of the opinion that money will do everything may well be suspected of doing everything for money. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.